So here it is, the next chapter in the Huracan story. This is the Lamborghini Huracan Tecnica. It replaces the rear-wheel drive Huracan Evo as the entry-level model in the lineup. And it's a Huracan with a wider bandwidth from ever. It aims to be all things to all men, really. Lifestyle users who want to do grand touring, right the way through to serious track day goers. It might just be a Huracan that can please all the people, all of the time. So what's new? Well, first of all, a pretty comprehensive facelift. This is the most the Huracan's body's changed since it was first introduced. They've pulled down the windscreen graphic with this new black section here, and this new aerodynamic surfacing here really speaks about how much performance this car's got to have in terms of track capability. There's new ducting at the front to cool the brakes, which are now carbon ceramic as standard. And it's a pretty serious thing. If we come around to the side here, these are those brakes I mentioned. As I say, carbon ceramic as standard. So this is more than a front and rear facelift as you'd normally see. Lamborghini's design team have to tackle the side of the car. And there's this fantastic side window graphic here. It's quite redolent of the Ascenta concept. This section here just pulls the whole thing back, makes the car look even longer and sleeker than it once was. This rear spoiler is fixed. It's not quite as extreme as the high wing on the STO, but it contributes to 35% more downforce than the Huracan Evo. Aside from the aero, there's plenty of styling changes too. These arches and this graphic section in the middle really pulls everything together. And for the first time on a Huracan, there are these hexagon exhaust outlets too. Everything's changed. Another of the biggest changes is at the rear window. So whereas before the Huracan rear window line kind of dived down like this, there's now a stepped approach. You have this vertical glass at the rear and this fantastic glass panel over the engine showing the V10 to best effect. Two reasons for that. One is it helps with over-the-shoulder visibility. You can see out a little bit better when you're maneuvering. And also just that old-fashioned curb appeal of supercars. When an engine's that great, you want it to be on show and you want everyone to gather around and take a look. Let's take a look inside. So inside, less of an extreme makeover than the outside, but there are changes here too. One of the biggest is to the HMI. Now, Alexa voice control is now integrated, so it's less fiddly if you're trying to adjust, say, the seat heating or the temperature on the move. And there'll be a huge range of customization options. This car has the track seats, or manually adjustable, but you'll be able to get electric comfort seats as well. And if you want to have stripped out door cards in carbon fiber, like in an STO you can, or if you want to have a much more comfortable Grand Tourer, that'll be an option too. Really, the sky's the limit.